So, I've heard people asking me this question. People are wondering, how the hell do these hurricanes form? Sure, these hurricanes are out there, and sure, they're destructive, but how the hell do they turn giant in the first place? How the hell do they turn from a thunderstorm, just a small thunderstorm in the middle of the ocean, all the way into the beasts and monsters that they are? Well, in this video, I will explain everything. Hello, I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and welcome to my video, How Hurricanes Form. Side note, let me know if you like the sunglasses because I might be using those in future videos. Let me know in the comments below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this because I actually have an article and a source I want to show you about this. How hurricanes form. Quite blunt, isn't it? Off the west coast of Africa, just north of the equator, a thunderstorm forms. That's pretty much what happens almost every day these days. Heck, it's been happening almost every day for tens of thousands of years. So what's so big about this? What's the big deal about it? Well, let me show you. It's, like I said, it's just a typical towering thunderstorm cloud. So it shouldn't be that much to be afraid of. It's nowhere near land. It's in the middle of the ocean, right? Well, not exactly. These things, if in the right conditions, can be just from a tiny little thunderstorm into a monster hurricane. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this. Because several thunderstorms can form in the same area. And so let's say they're all friends, you know, they form their little group. Well, let's just say this group turns into a cluster of thunderstorms that it turns into one giant storm complex. And basically, as these thunderstorms develop and organize, rotation starts to develop. In the northern hemisphere, it is counterclockwise due to the rotation of the Earth. So I just want to basically let you guys know the reason hurricanes rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere is because of the rotation of the Earth. So let's go ahead and talk about this. These clouds and thunderstorms, they begin to rotate, and around an area of low atmospheric pressure, it is then considered a tropical depression. Now, an invest, which is what Invest 90L is just a cluster of and how basically it, essentially starts its process of becoming a hurricane, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, if it draws enough energy from the warmth of the tropical ocean water, these circling thunderstorms might grow into a single tropical storm with winds of more than 39 miles per hour. Just for context, a tropical depression is winds between 23 and 38 miles per hour, and a tropical storm starts at 39 and goes all the way up to 73 miles per hour. What's anything over 74 miles per hour is considered a hurricane, and the categories of those hurricanes vary by the wind speed. And I'll have a completely separate video on what each category means, but here's what you need to know. Category 1 is 74 to 95 miles per hour. Category 2 is 96 to 110 miles per hour. Category 3 is 111 to 130, 29 miles per hour. That Category 3 and above is considered a major hurricane. Category 4 is 130 to 156 miles per hour. And the most destructive and the largest and the most intense hurricanes are the Category 5s. Anything above 157 miles per hour, compared to an high-end EF3 tornado, for those of you in the Midwest who are not anywhere near the coast. So I just wanted to clear that up very quickly. So this happens in many warm areas and very tropical areas in the world, but only under certain circumstances. So what you need with these hurricanes, you need warm water of 77 degrees. That's the exact amount that has been determined. What you need is weak wind shear. Now, what wind shear is that as basically it's like this: as you get higher up in the atmosphere, wind shear is the direction of the wind changing, And if you have strong wind shear, like say around 40 knots, it's perfect for a tornado, except it is not perfect for a hurricane, and that can disrupt the flow of it. So basically, for context, as the water evaporates, that warm air starts moving upward, and basically as it moves upward, it starts to cool and it starts to condense into clouds. And that's basically how that works. And if you have a lot of wind shear, it could disrupt that warm airflow that goes through the top, which it actually goes through the top kind of like a chimney, because all that warm air goes through the eye of the hurricane, just like the smoke of a chimney. But if you have a lot of wind shear, that can disrupt that flow. But if you have less wind shear, it'll just blow right through it, honestly. So yeah, that's and as it condenses, it starts to move more outward. So that's just basically what that is. You need weak wind shear, warm water, and you need plenty of organization, because if this is a tropical depression or a tropical storm and it's just messy and unorganized and all over the place, and it doesn't get its act together, the storm could tear itself apart that way, even though all the other conditions are together. However, if this storm is better organized, if it's better organized and it's getting its act together, figuring out very quickly, okay, this is the right system for me, then basically it has that room to grow. And the warmer the water is, the stronger the hurricane. So if the water is around 86 degrees and deep enough, and if the wind shear is weak enough, these hurricanes can rapidly intensify. And these hurricanes, if they rapidly intensify, that means that they intensify by at least 35 miles per hour, or the pressure drops by 24 millibars in 24 hours. And you do not want to see that in any hurricane unless it is out to sea and it stays out to sea, which is what we saw with Hurricane Sam back in 2021. I called it the perfect case study because it stayed out to sea and it didn't kill or affect anyone. So that's basically the rundown of how hurricanes form. What you need is warm water, you need weak wind shear, and you need enough organization. And once those three ingredients are mixed together well, there is nothing stopping hurricanes from forming. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather, as well as kind of make these more informative videos like these. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you want me to keep the sunglasses, because I might use these in future videos. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.